Welcome to TransAmGear.com's instructional video series. Today we're going to install a new interior, including the seat covers, on my 77 SE. It's got the deluxe interior, and the seat covers are direct manufacturer from PUI, and you can order them from TransAmGear.com. As we swing around and you take a look, you can see we've already removed the front seats from the car, as I'm guessing that if you're attempting this, you know how to take your seats in and out. We've already taken off the hard seat back, and we're now removing the seat belt retainer clip off the top of it. The next step after that will be this plastic piece here at the bottom, which is only held on by a few lucky screws. We are now going to take off the bolt where the seat belt latch attaches, and you're going to need a T50 Torx bit. You can usually get in any kit. I happen to pick mine up at my local Sears hardware store. Once again, that's the T50 Torx. You just use it on your ratchet, take it right off. Okay, now that we have gotten the T50 Torx bolts off of both sides, we can just slide the backing right up and off. And if you look at my seats, you can see how badly deteriorated they've become. Most of the piano wire is all broken out, which we're going to replace that, and I'll show you how and where to get the replacement for that. But you see these are just in horrible, horrible shape. Alrighty, now believe it or not, probably one of the hardest parts to get off on this seat is this little clip right here where the top seat comes down and attaches. This is your little seat belt, or your back latch to tip the seat forward and back. Is this little clip right here. Now, you don't want to break it. They don't make these anymore. You can get one similar, but these originals that are totally round and circular, you really can't get anymore. So take it off with care, and then you'll flatten it back out with a hammer, because we're going to reuse it later, and we'll show you a trick on how to get it back on without breaking it. And there you go, it's fairly flat again. Both retaining clips are off, one on each side, and now what you need to do is pull the seats apart. By doing that, if you're just one person, you can stick your flathead screwdriver in there and just wiggle it free off of the bolt. And you can do the same thing on the other side. And after 30 plus years, they may give you a little run for your money for a second. But a little patience, a little perseverance, and you'll be able to pop that right off. Alrighty, we've got the seats separated, the backs from the bottoms. As you can see, once again, the seat is pretty much gone. What we're doing now is we're taking the hog rings off. The easiest way is to get a big pair of wire cutters, just grab it and twist them. And there you go, they come right out. So that is the back. Now, the sides are a little bit different.
You push down to loosen them, and then you actually angle these up on the sides, and it should pull right out. These actually hold it in. This plastic piece is held in by this ridge here on the corner, and if you go all the way around, you just push down on the seat to clear it and get the plastic part out, and then basically the whole thing comes apart after that.
Okay, the hog rings are all been removed, the sides have been pushed down and released, so basically now the last thing to do is to strip the old seat covers off the seat frames.
And that's what we're doing here. Yeah.
As you can see, this one will give us a little bit of difficulty because a lot of the wires have been broken and are embedded into the plastic, and the bottom of the seat cushion itself is all tore up, but we're going to take care of that, and you'll see how we do that in just a second. The seat covers have now been pulled up free from the sides
And the bottom, yeah.
and the bottom. On the Trans Am seat covers, if you're looking down at the top, in these valleys here, and here on the underside, if you look closely, they have hog ringed them in there as well. There's a metal bar running through here, so you have to remove these hog rings in order, on both valleys, in order to get these seat covers all the way off.
That's that. And I got one that's still hooked up in here. That's it.
And see, once you remove that, then it's free and clear. You just got to do the other valley and you'll be able to remove the seat cover altogether. The seat cushion has now been removed, and as we take a look through, I don't know how well you can see, this is the piano wire that actually holds the bottom of the seat off of the frame, off of the tracks, and off of the floorboard. And you can see, as I told you, almost every single wire has been broken except a couple. It's connected on the back by these the 3 springs, and up here on the front it just sits under these lips. Well, since it's so broken, we can pretty much just lift it out. We're going to clean up the seat frame a little bit itself, and then if I can get Mike to hold this, we're going to install this new piece, which has been made custom by a guy, Mr. Pontiac 80. You can locate him on 78ta.com and also on allgentransams.com. He is now making these, so you no longer have to go ahead and buy the individual piano wires and try to remake this. It's all nice steel and plastic coated construction, and all you have to do now, it's already made to fit perfectly under the front lips. As you set it in there, you'll connect it to the springs in the back, and what used to take hours and hours now takes literally seconds. Alright, what we have done now is we got the bottom spring in, and what I had done, because my foam was in such bad shape, instead of spending the $200 on a whole new seat bun, as you see, we took a look at it, and the outside is actually fairly good for the seat itself. It was just the bottom and the middle part of the top that was bad. So we went ahead and got pleating foam from any local upholstery shop. This is 1/2 inch, but we doubled it up on the top. And now we have laid the seat cover on top of it. And you start in the front here where the little wire was that we showed you before, and what you're doing is you're pushing the seat cover down and just hog ringing it to that wire. Well, we removed the hog wires before, or the hog rings before, and what I'll show you is if we tip this back, you can see exactly how it runs. It's in the channels, and you'll see it very clearly on your seat covers when you buy them at transamgear.com, exactly how they go in. And then we're going to work our way around the inside, and then we'll pull this tight around the outside and clip it to the bottom.
Alright, generally what we're going to do here is we're going to take this outer lip, and there's an inner lip underneath it, that basically we're going to take this and we're going to flip underneath it, so it's going to turn all the way upside down and lock into place. And we're going to do this all the way around until we get to the ending. You can push down on the foam itself to give you a little bit extra help here, and basically it's just going to go all the way around until you're finished with every single corner and every crease, and then we'll move on from there. But that's basically where we get our first start for putting on the bottoms of the seats.
Just to show you the last couple of hog rings on this, as you come around the side here, here's your T50 bolt. We hog ring it here, as you can see where it is next to the last spring. There's a little spot made for it. And also on the other side, we've gone ahead and hog ringed this. We then fed the back of the seat cover through, and we'll tip the seat a little to show you. What you need to do is grab it and hog ring it to the top couple little revolutions of the spring right here, and we did it to each one. And the reason for doing that is when you put on the plastic backing of it, it covers those springs and wires, and you don't see that. Some people make the mistake of hog ringing it too far down, but what you need to do is get it up on the springs. That way you have a real nice fit when you put your seat in.